If you just had ACL surgery, this video is going to tell you how to nail the first 6 weeks of your rehab. This stage will determine if your rehab is a success story or if it's one filled with frustration and setbacks. If you take anything away from this video, it's that the 3 key reasons why people fail their ACL rehab in the initial phase are persistent pain, persistent swelling, and persistent loss of range of motion. And all of these things can be managed with good early decision making. I'm going to lay out to you the 7-step process I use with all of my ACLers that make sure that you are not affected by these issues in your first 6 weeks. Number 1, prehab. A good prehab sets the scene for a good rehab. It starts before you have surgery. Number 2, set clear goals. If your physio doesn't give you the clear goals of the first 6 weeks, it's time to find a new physio. Number 3, walking exposure. Walking is the number 1 way you're going to load your knee in this first 6-week period, so let's make sure we get it right. Number 4, monitor your knee. Load management is the king and queen of a happy knee in the first 6 weeks, so you need to become an expert in it. Number 5, adjuncts. Get your team of adjunct therapies around you so we can optimize your early rehab process. Number 6, lifestyle. Rehab doesn't stop in the gym. We need to make sure you're taking care of yourself in the other 23 hours of the day. Number 7, patience. Be kind to yourself. ACL rehab is a marathon. We all know this. We need to look after you mentally as well as physically. Number 1, nail your prehab. As mentioned, good prehab means good rehab. We have robust evidence that going into surgery with the knee in a good place improves your return to sports rates, reduces your re-injury risk, improves your psychological readiness for return to that rehab process, and it also improves your post-operative function, allowing you to get going again faster. Before you even go on the operating table, we want to see full range of motion, minimal swelling on the knee, a good quads contraction, and a normal walking pattern. Now, this may not be possible for all of you depending on what other injuries you've had alongside the ACL tear. For example, a meniscus tear might mean that you can't fully straighten the knee and therefore won't get the range of motion or walking back. So that's why it's important for you, me, and your surgeon to all work together to make sure we have an appropriate set of goals and a timeline that suits you and your injury. Number 2, set clear goals. If you can achieve the following 5 things, you have won the early rehab process. Everything else is just background noise. Number 1, reduce swelling and pain. Number 2, get the quads activated. Number 3, achieve full extension. Number 4, achieve 120 degrees of knee flexion. And number 5, restore a normal walking pattern. You need to become an expert in these 5 goals and how to achieve them so that you and me can work effectively together in that first 6-week period. Number 3, get your walking exposure right. Walking is going to be the highest load activity you do for the knee in the initial few weeks. With that in mind, we want to get this absolutely right. Getting it wrong is one of the leading causes of those failure points that we mentioned at the beginning of the video. Persistent pain, swelling, and loss of range of motion. Come on, finally. The 3 key things that I really recommend around walking is don't rush off the crutches, track your steps, and do deliberate walking practice, not just walking to get around. I'll go into this in more detail in a later video. Number 4, monitor your knee. Persistent pain, swelling, and loss of range of motion are mostly caused by poor load management, which is what I was alluding to with the walking. So we need a system by which you can monitor your knee so we can manage your load effectively. Everyone's knee is going to react differently to different stimuli at different stages in the rehab process, so there's not a one-size-fits-all approach to the management, and therefore we need to teach you to be able to monitor your knee so you can make the right decisions for you. So how do we do this? We want to track your swelling, we want to measure the circumference of the knee, we want to check your range of motion and quad contraction on a daily basis so we can make decisions based upon how your knee is responding to the stimulus that we are giving it and therefore drive our training. Do we push on, do we pull back, or do we stay where we are? Number 5, get your team of adjuncts around you. Having some adjunct therapies that will enable you to get back on your feet faster and achieve those goals in a timely fashion is a great way to optimize your early rehab process. Number 6, adjust your lifestyle. You've just had a major surgery and the body has got some serious recovering to do. The best rehab program in the world isn't going to work if you don't look after yourself through the rest of the day. There are 3 key areas I'd like you to focus on here. Number 1 is sleep. We know the drill here, 8 hours plus per night. Number 2 is nutrition. We want you to make sure that you are not in a calorie deficit. Your body is recovering from that major surgery and therefore there's an increased caloric demand on you. Making sure that we hit 1.5 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight is a key goal. And number 3 is going to be making sure that you take sufficient time off work. Depending on how physical your job is, this can vary, but I always recommend a minimum of 2 weeks. You've got a hell of a lot of physio to do. It takes a while. You need to be able to make yourself comfortable and put the knee first in this period. And number 7, have patience. ACL rehab is a marathon. We know this. Everybody's journey is going to look slightly different. Try not to compare yourself to others, be kind to yourself, and look after yourself from a mental well-being standpoint through this journey. This is where it's so important to work with your physio to set clear, short, medium, and long-term goals. Having a clear roadmap of where you're going and how you're going to get there is so important for keeping your head in what is a long and arduous process. In summary, this phase sets us up for all of the bits of the ACL rehab that we want to do. The running, jumping, the return to sport. We need to make sure that we get that knee under control and we're doing the right things in that initial 6 weeks to set the scene for the rest of it. I also offer one-to-one ACL rehab coaching. I do this online internationally, or I do this in person in London.